We're out today doing something that we enjoy very much, and that is exploring. And since we've been walking around today, we've talked about some of the items that we enjoy bringing with us that we find useful. And when we forget them, we end up missing them very much. And we're going to share some of those with you in this video.
Yeah, we think these would be great gift ideas, or maybe even something you want to pick up for yourself. We've done a couple of other videos on travel gifts and items that we like to use, and we think these are great additions to those videos. If you haven't checked those out, be sure to do that. We will put a link in the description for those.
So first up is this hat retainer. And I've been calling them, what, a hat lanyard?
Hat lanyard.
Well, whatever. It's I think they're officially called hat retainers. And these do just that. They can retain your hat. And we've been to places such as Yellowstone where people have went in and got their souvenir hats and that they were very proud of and liked very much, or they just had their favorite hat on and they've been blown off of their head out into extremely hot, volatile conditions where you are not going to retrieve them unless you want to die. And so something as simple as this that you can clip on the back of your shirt and then clip onto your hat can keep your hat from blowing away if it does come off. We've been at the Grand Canyon, and that's a deep ditch, and so you're not going to get your hat back very easily if it blows off. Where was that other place?
Shoshone Falls.
Yeah, we actually filmed down in that a little bit, and there was a lot of objects that people had dropped down there, but hats were among them, and something like this, something very simple, could keep you from losing your hat.
Yeah, anywhere that you are that's windy. We were on the Oregon coast one time. Bernie forgot his hat lanyard and had to improvise with the hood from his windbreaker
and that was very windy.
The hat on. It was very windy, but this is a great little item to have to make sure that you don't lose your hat.
Yeah, links are in the description for these items, and if you know, you can find them elsewhere, then that's great. I haven't been able to find it other than online, but anyway, a hat lanyard's a good thing to have. Something
that we talked about in one of the previous videos were these double-walled water bottles, which we love. But something that I got that I really like is the bottle sling to carry it in, because carrying the bottles, you know, holding the handle, it can be a little bit sharp sometimes. It's great to be able to just walk around and have your hands free to do whatever you need to do. I have a bad habit of forgetting things, so you know, you set it down, you take a drink, you want to look at something, you walk off, and you know, 15 minutes later you realize you forgot your bottle back there. So this sling has really helped me out a lot.
Yeah, I probably should get one myself, because what I end up doing is sticking the bottle in my back pocket when I'm taking pictures or video or something. And I think that one even has a pocket on it, so I've seen you put things in there, so it has a little pocket where she'll put in lip balm or whatever little thing, maybe a debit card or something, so it's a pretty handy little thing.
Yeah, I use that all the time.
Something I found quite useful that could obviously work for men or women, but particularly for me, not being a woman with a purse, this has come in quite handy, and this is a small pouch. Looks a little big now because I've got it stuck to the gills from recent trips. But this is really great for traveling for me, because there's a lot of things that I want to carry sometimes, and I just don't want all my pockets bulging, just a few extra items. And I like it to feel, you know, like it's not a little frou-frou little purse or something, but I've actually been approached by many people, a lot of guys have come up and said, hey, where'd you get that pouch? And I like it very much because it does handle all those types of overflow items that I like to put in there, whether it's a battery pack, a notebook and pen, with some of the other things. I keep lip balm, and I can put my phone in here if I want. But anyway, this it comes with a shoulder strap, and I found it to be great for those times when I don't want to carry like a full backpack. Sometimes I'll have what I call my excursion pack, whether we're on the beach or something like that, and I want to stuff a windbreaker in there, and I can even put one of my windbreakers in here if I don't have all the other stuff in the back pouch. But there's a lot of different compartments on this, and it holds quite a bit, and I can actually cinch this down some if I don't want it stuffed as much as this. But yeah, it's definitely been quite helpful.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
you've used that a lot, and it's come in really handy.
Yeah, and you got this little Velcro thing here. You can put different types of your own patches on and stuff like that. So that's kind of neat. And in the front, you know, you can put a cell phone down in there and cinch it down. So I've really found it to be useful. I'll be honest. Sometimes I'll forget and not bring it, but definitely when we're out doing some what we consider sightseeing or just little things where we're not out in the wilderness, because I take a different pack for that type of thing. But this is just for just general excursions, and it gives me, like I said, a little bit more room to carry some extra things. So that's I think a good gift idea.
Yeah, great gift. Something that always bothers me is tying my shoes. It seems like I always get shoes with those slippery laces that are constantly coming untied, and I'm tripping over them and having to tie them, or they're getting stuck in something. So we found these things called lock laces, and these are great because I searched high and low for shoes that didn't have to be tied, that you could just slip into, and these will actually make any pair of regular tie shoes into that type of shoe. You just replace the laces with these, cut them to fit, and they work really well.
Yeah, I was concerned at first that these were going to come loose and my foot was going to slip up and down in the shoe, that they wouldn't stay, you know, tight. But I'd say probably with like a year of use, maybe 2 times. Honestly, 2 times I think I've had to re-cinch them up. We'll both just put our foot in with a shoehorn into the shoes, so we don't even have to bend over or anything to put our shoes on. We have a long shoehorn, and we just ease right into them. And I think particularly when we're in the wilderness, out in the woods or out in the desert, that shoelaces can tend to pick up different briars and burrs and things like that, and cholla cactus and stuff like that. And these have just kept it really neat and cinched up, and I've enjoyed using them.
We both use these on pretty much all of our shoes. They come in all different colors to match any kind of shoes or boots or anything. So the lock laces are a great gift idea.
Yeah, I agree. Next up is an item that it's pretty obvious to a lot of people what binoculars are for. I think it's probably one of the items that we've left behind the most. Until recently we started carrying them in our trucks so that we have them everywhere that we go. And we've been on whale watching trips. Well, they weren't for watching whales. We were just along the coast, and whales showed up, and it was really neat to be able to have binoculars with us so that we didn't have to try to look through the camera and share the camera zoom. And it also allowed Susan to be looking through the binoculars while I was filming. And it's just really handy to have a compact pair of binoculars looking at wildlife and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're pretty light, and like I said, compact, so you can carry them with you. It's really not that big of a burden. These particular ones, I'm not as happy with some of the other models that we've recently found, and we do have another one that we'll put a link to, and you can check that out and just kind of get an idea of what you like to use for yourself. But I think binoculars are a great gift to give somebody, or just to get yourself for traveling and sightseeing in general.
Yeah, it's something that, you know, people often don't think about buying for themselves, but it's a great gift.
Yeah.
Another item that would be a really great gift, or something great just to have for yourself, is one of these collapsible sit pads. These things are great for when it's hot, when it's cold, when it's wet. Any place that you're sitting that's not that comfortable. For instance, right now this bench is not that comfortable and it's cold, so I'm sitting on one right now. You can use this one.
We're on concrete, so I've been.
And so this is really great, and they just collapse down. You can put it in your pack or just keep it in your vehicle and take it with you if you have to sit on some uncomfortable bleachers for a show or anything like that. It's great to have one of these sit pads.
Yeah, they're insulated, and the one that Susan's on is a lot lighter and smaller than this one, but you can get them in all different types of thicknesses and sizes and warmth and all that kind of stuff. The one that she has underneath of her right now will actually probably be about half the amount of space that this one takes up. But normally you can just open the valve thing like that one, and they will self-inflate. This one I'm just gonna put a couple puffs in because I don't have time to wait for the self-inflation
because this concrete is cold.
Yeah, it's not so much cold on me, it's just uncomfortable right now, so that feels a lot better. So I think it's a great thing to carry along with you. Here's something that we use quite a bit, and we have all kinds of these. I think I have 3 or 4 of these full-size ones, and then a small one that we've shown in a previous video. The headlamp is pretty much self-explanatory. You know, you can wear them on your head and it gives you hands-free with whatever you're doing around your RV or your vehicle, or traveling, or just out hiking. And,
walking the dog.
Yeah, walking the dog, that kind of thing. I like to get them that have the ability to do a little red light too, because we do stargazing events at times and help out at those, and it's nice to have the red light so it doesn't affect people's night vision. But anyway, something that I really wanted to bring up about these that I think makes a more, I guess, enticing gift item with these headlamps is that they now are USB rechargeable. And I think that's something that's really neat, because we're charging a lot of things via USB nowadays. So a USB rechargeable headlamp is really good. We'll put some links in the description to some options, and you can look around and see if there's anything else in your area. But anyway, you can just go ahead and plug that into a USB wall outlet, or even charge it from a USB power pack, any of those kinds of things. But I like the idea of rechargeable. It just seems like I don't use them quite that often, maybe a couple times a week or something, and so it's just nice to know that I don't have to have batteries just sitting in there going dead that can't be recharged and have that cost associated with it. And some of these USB rechargeable headlamps have come down considerably in price, and you can get decent ones for very little now. So have a look at those and consider giving a USB headlamp as a gift, or getting one for yourself. Yeah, and we can even use it charge it in the truck. We have USB in the truck, and many of the newer vehicles do have those USB plugs, so that's a great thing to have. If you're out and the batteries are dead, you can at least charge up your headlamp. Yeah, it's very handy. So these are a few more of the items that we find useful when we're out and about. You might want to pick them up for a gift item, maybe just get it for yourself. Maybe you already have some of these things and haven't been using them. Let us know in the comments if there's anything in particular that you liked or you found interesting.
And don't forget to share, subscribe, and click on that little notification bell.
Thanks for watching.
Are you filming this?
Yeah, it's my gift to our viewers.